Yep. What's good, everybody? What it is and what it ain't. This is another segment of Ray's Podcast. What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up, Face? What's up, Brandon?
Good.
What's happening?
So today, everyone, Sherm will not be with us today. You know, for personal matters, kids come first, so we would definitely respect that. But you already know we got to get the ball rolling. Appreciate you guys tuning into the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. And don't forget to share this video right now. Share this video for us right now because today it's about to get real today, blockbuster trade. So what it is and what it ain't. If you don't like what we got to say, join the good page. Now. Obviously, I forgot to do the small introduction to the right of me, you know, got Face, and at the bottom, B Month.
Yes, sir.
So today, what's up, little man? So today, a blockbuster trade went down. Something that you wish for, Brandon. James Harden. Oh no, okay. Something that everybody shook everybody. James Harden is going to the Nets. He got what he want. He didn't want to be in Houston anymore, but the Nets had to give up some pieces. They had to give up Jared Allen. They had to give up Karis LeVert, you know, things in that nature. And they gave up a lot of picks. I think it was 4 first rounds and 4 swaps.
They gave up 8 people.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of people.
8 people is a ton of people.
Blockbuster trade, James Harden, and then Victor Oladipo is on the Rockets now, and Karis LeVert is with Indy. Everybody know, like you said, somebody in the chat right now said, I know what y'all talking about. Yeah, you already know. Make sure you share this video too. But Brandon, we would like to start off with you. How do you feel about this trade? Who won, who lost, and what is your expectations for Brooklyn?
So who won, who lost? I actually think Brooklyn and the Rockets won. Okay. The Rockets got rid of somebody who obviously did not want to be there. So for guys like John Wall, Boogie Cousins, Christian Wood, well, those two first, and then guys like Christian Wood, guys who were looking for opportunity to be a part of like a team that like with camaraderie and stuff like that, they get the win on that. And then for Brooklyn, I can't be as excited as I would like to be because of another thing that we're going to be talking about, the point guard. But I think, man, to gain an all-star and not lose another all-star, and even though, yes, you had to give away some important pieces, but you still kept guys like Joe Harris. Spencer's hurt, but he'll be back. I think he even said something about trying to make it back before playoffs. I'm not suggesting that, but you still got guys like him, Vets, Jeff Green. You got my guy, I don't want to pronounce his name wrong.
Light-skinned dude, the box.
Yeah, like he's serviceable. Shem serviceable. And then on top of that, you got 3 all-star players. DeAndre Jordan still there. I don't know if I said Joe Harris, but I like it for Brooklyn. I know it's tough. They're going to lose some solid pieces, but nobody can answer my question. When has 3 guys that close to their prime not won a championship and, you know, during their tenure together? So I think they secured a championship in the next, I ain't going to say this season, but at least 2-3 seasons. They secured one.
Okay. What's up, Face? How you feeling about it?
Man, I thought it was just interesting. I think it came out of nowhere, especially seeing how James Harden this morning was like, you know, I just don't see how this relationship can be salvaged. Like, I don't think it's possible. So I think that literally was the indicator, like, all right, well, we got to get him out. He's basically telling us if we don't trade him soon, we're not getting anything for him. I think it also shows in a positive standpoint that players have more control than they think they have. With the exception of, I don't want to say the exception of, but like with obviously LeBron, you know, being able to, you know, make sure he gets the right pieces around him, and Giannis doing the same thing. Like, hey, you know, I ain't playing, or I'm not going to stay here unless you give me what I need. And I think, you know, James Harden saying, I'm not leaving unless you trade me to one of these 2 teams shows, again, the power that players have. As far as wins and losses in the trade, I think that Brooklyn, I think everybody won. I think the Cavs added to a very young core that's going to end up being, top for them, like elite. Dang, I ain't shoot no jumpers today. Is that the fire squad here for me for my jumpers?
Oh
I ain't
my
shoot no
goodness.
jumpers today. Oh,
Oh
okay.
my
I
goodness.
just didn't know because when I get hot, I get hot. So I just didn't know. I wasn't sure.
Oh my God.
And if anybody in here want to get anybody listening live, or y'all too want to get to some shooting, we can do that.
I mean,
Go under the screen. That's the scouting report. Under the screen. Play the drive. He's a Rondo on your scouting report, not playoff Rondo. Rookie season Rondo.
Rookie season Rondo coming out of Kentucky.
Yes, in the league. Yes.
I'm definitely a Reddick, but that's fine. But so to me, I think the Cleveland Cavaliers picked up two really. I love Jared Allen. I love him. Like he's the perfect big man for the future. He's going to do. I don't know what they're going to do with Drummond now. I think Drummond might be on the move. Like I think if I'm them, I try to trade Drummond for like. This is going to sound wild, but because it's going to put him right back where he started. But I try to get Drummond for Blake Griffin or something. Like
They got Kevin Love though.
Oh, they do have Kevin Love. Well, Drummond got to go. Then they need
both of them.
Yeah. Then you need a serviceable wing. Then you need a big time wing, like to get in there, because that's all they'd be missing to compete in the East. You got two hungry young guards. You got probably one of the top 10, 12 guys at his position, especially for his age. Then you already have a top 10 center in Drummond. So, you pick and choose kind of how you want to play that. I would personally get rid of Drummond. I know he's a rebounding machine, but you can't teach what Allen has, like defensively and all that kind of stuff. Then as far as the Rockets, I think they upgraded in the trade in the sense of getting rid of a piece that didn't want to be there, adding pieces to the puzzle of more players. And then where did Taurean Prince go? Did he go to the Cavs too?
He went to the Cavs too.
So yeah, that's never mind. Then there's their wing that they can kind of try to build around and see what happens there. But ultimately, I think Indiana upgraded as of today. And because if we're talking about currently, like today, I'd probably take Karis LeVert over Victor Oladipo. Like not from a name stake standpoint, but today. Like if I had to play a game today and who you going with, I'm going with LeVert. Like if I got to go with somebody today. So I think
contract expiring too. So that was a good move on that behalf. So
that's a good write-off for them too. Yeah. So then again, now they got space to maybe sign a potential all-star and Oladipo is going to want to get paid. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if I really hate to say it like this because he was an all-star like a year ago before he got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I don't know if he just struck gold like lightning in a bottle, right place, right time. And then lastly, the Nets. I think they came out really high on this trade, depending on how their point guard ends up. And I say that because they got to keep, like Brandon said earlier, a bunch of serviceable pieces, and they got to keep vets and winners. So, like, they gave up Jared Allen, that's the one dude that I was like, bye. That's the one dude if I felt like I could hold on to, that's who I would hold on to. Everybody else to me was fair game, But apart from that, that's pretty much it. I think it's a win-win for everybody. I think if I had to pick a loser, or if I say who probably got the shortest end of the stick, I would almost say the Rockets, just because they haven't proved to draft very well. Like they haven't drafted well. So I mean, those picks are cool and all, but if you don't draft well, then those picks mean absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So, and then you're swapping with a team who wins. Who's going to win, like be at the top of the East. So you're not going to get a great pick. You know what I mean? So if I
how does the swaps work?
4.
I'm saying, but is it like they get these 4 picks and then they get the next 4 years swaps? Or how does that work?
So I think
4 years,
I think you get to pick whatever you want through a window. Like I think it's a window where you get like 5 years, you get to swap. You know what I'm saying? Like in a certain amount of time, you get to swap. So it could pay off. If the Kevin Durant and James Harden leave in 3 years and then something. Yeah, sure. So, yeah, it could work out in that end. But if I had to pick, I don't want to say a loser because I don't think anybody lost. But if I had to pick somebody that got the short end of the stick, I would say it was them, the Rockets.
Okay. I think this trade needed to happen, especially what happened last night after the Lakers game. And you saw the comments between John Wall and James Harden. I'm not going to sit here and say that anybody lost this trade, even though I asked the question. because James Harden, like how you said, Brandon, you made a good point. They have 3 stars. You know, James Harden, Kyrie, and Kevin Durant. And even if Kyrie doesn't come back or anything, James Harden and Kevin Durant should be able to get things done. But you gave up Karis LeVert and Jared Allen and Prince. People don't really talk about Prince, but he can play defense. He can play defense and he can shoot threes. And Jared Allen was finally a starter. He was just starting like the past 4 games, and his average went up from, I don't know what, 9 points to like 12 points, you know. But on the bright side, they do have 3 roster spots available now. So they can sign somebody. They can sign either, I don't know, Iman Shumpert, you know, player
Isaiah Thomas, somebody
Isaiah
like that.
Thomas. Yeah. I mean, I was thinking of Isaiah too, but who's going to be the defensive anchor for this team? They can put up points all day. We know that. But when it comes down to it, who's going to play defense for them? So
It's supposed to be DeAndre. Well, anchor. You said anchor. When
anchor, I'm talking about on a perimeter.
Okay.
Like, who's going to be that guy? Every championship team has that guy that plays defense. That has that guy. Now, I know Kevin Durant been playing defense, but you know what I'm saying? I'm still looking for that guy who's going to be, you know, the Tony Allen, something like that.
Yeah.
They need that. So, and it's a question on that with the Nets. How are they going to be on defense? But I think it worked out for them fine. Being that they made these trades, I'm putting the Bucks ahead of them. I know you don't like that, Face. I know you don't. I know you don't. I know you don't like that. But I'm looking at it for an all-around team. As of today, I think the Nets have a better all-around team than the Nets. He said they need somebody like Shump or Monk Mike, like somebody like John Henson just to rebound.
Yeah.
He said the winner goes to the Cavs, but that's what the big question is going to be on the Nets. Who's going to play defense? We know y'all going to get buckets. Who's going to play defense? Now for the Rockets, I like it. I like Victor there. I love it. It's perfect for them. Like John Wall said, they need people who's going to buy into the system. They have people, and I think the Rockets can still get to the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to do, Western Conference Finals or something like that in that nature, but I think they can get to the playoffs. They can be right there in the 7th to 8th seed. I think they'll be right there. And now to top it off, I'll talk about the Pacers. I'll save the Cavs for last because that's my team. I'm pretty happy about the Jared Allen thing over there. But Karis LeVert with the Pacers, I think he can turn into an all-star there. I think he can turn into an all-star, and the Pacers are tough. They are tough. I don't know if y'all watched last night's game against the Warriors on NBA TV.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah, they beat the Warriors, and the league need to start talking about Miles. He had 22, 10, and 5 blocks. He was wilding. He hit a step back 3. The Pacers are tough, and they got Karis LeVert. That's a great piece. He's not going to be coming off the bench now, so he knows he's going to be a starter, and Indy's going to let him flourish. And I think that was good for the Pacers. And watch out for the Pacers now. They possibly could do something in the East.
And they got Malcolm Brogdon. They got
I wish TJ didn't get hurt.
Yeah,
TJ's a bucket, man.
So what's going to happen when TJ gets back?
But they will be having Jeremy Lamb. Jeremy Lamb will be coming back soon too.
Oh, Miles doesn't start?
Yeah.
You got Miles and Sabonis, and then you got
Sabonis.
Oladipo. Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. He ain't the 4. Can't be 4. That's what I'm saying. So, like, if LeVert comes back, when LeVert plays, he just takes Oladipo's spot. I'm tripping. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, he goes to the 2. He's not going to come off the bench now. They're going to keep the Holiday brothers on the bench. I would think. And then just watch out for the Pacers, man. The Pacers can be a top team. Like, they can possibly get to the second. I think they'll get out the first round this year. It's been 6 years since the Pacers got out the first round. I think they'll get to the second round this year. I don't know who it just all depends on, like how you say, Brandon, who they match up with. But the Cleveland Cavaliers, I like what we got. I think we need to trade Kevin Love to the Nuggets. The Nuggets or the Warriors. We need to that's where he want to go. We need to pay him his respect. Who
do they want from the Nuggets? Gary Harris? No. Michael Porter?
Nah, we're not gonna get
Michael Porter.
Nah, we're not gonna get Michael. Nah, we're not. The Kevin Love wants to go to a team he wants to go to a contender. He's not really like pressed about it, but he wants to go to a team that's a contender.
So he can compete. Yes.
Yeah, so he can compete. And I think as the Cleveland organization, we should do that. We gave him that contract, and he's been getting hurt. He's out of he's not really playing. I think we need to trade him to a championship team, and I think he'll fit. And I'm just saying the team that'll fit perfect for him is either the Nets. The Nuggets or the Warriors.
Warriors.
Yeah,
who would you give up if you're the Warriors? Wiggins, I guess maybe.
I don't know. I just think we need to give him his respect. I mean, that's the only two teams I see him fitting with.
Yeah, because I'm not budging with Wiseman, so and I'm not giving up. Yeah, Wiggins is probably who I'm letting go. Wiggins and maybe Looney or somebody like that.
Or we can get some picks or something like that. You know. But you have to get rid of Drummond because Jared Allen, they need Jared Allen to be that guy. So for this trade, it's pretty good. Right now, is it championship or bust for Steve Nash first year as a coach?
I'd say yes. I mean,
position. Go ahead.
I say yes because that's what Nick Nurse did. So I think the organization is basically saying we're gonna throw everything we got right now. Like we're gonna put everything we got right now into what? Like literally, we are playing for today. We're playing for right now. We're not playing for 2 years from now, 3. We're playing for today. So I think that was the whole point of that move. I mean, Nick Nurse wasn't he a rookie coach when he won it? Because this is only like his second year in the league. So I mean, I don't even know if there's pressure on Steve Nash. I think there's more pressure on the players to perform because at the end of the day, you don't need to come up with some off the wall techniques or skill sets to make these guys flourish. I think now Sherm's going to like this, but I think Sherm is right. I think somebody out of those three are going to have to change their game. Somebody out of those three.
Who's going to sacrifice?
Yeah, and if it's me, I'm probably saying I would want Harden to do it first because I think he's the only one that's capable of playing without the ball in his hands, like more so capable without playing with the ball in his hands. But I put it like this: Kyrie needs that ball in his hands 9 times out of 10. Harden has proven that he can be a playmaker. He's had a 40-point, 17 assist game, first game of the year. Kyrie is capable of that. Harden, to me, is more capable of that. KD already proved he can play on or off the ball. He played with Steph and Clay, and they let him dominate the ball. They let him come off the ball. Was successful either way. I would want Kyrie to take the back seat, but I think Harden's going to end up being the one that takes the back seat. But I would prefer to be Kyrie. I'd be like, I just need you to be a dynamic guard, and you kind of score when we need you to. And, I don't know. I'd have him be my third option because I think James Harden is just a better scorer, Not more crafty, but just better, better ball. So,
what you was about to say, Brandon, before Faise said it, we had to say
everything with the Nets. It's all a if because, legitimately, we don't know what Kyrie Irving is going to do, what he's going to be about the rest of the season. When I told y'all earlier in the year, I said Brooklyn get James Harden, I'm like, it's over with. But I don't think anybody expected Kyrie to be on this type level as far as what he's doing. So it's hard to say, how successful they're going to be. I'm not going to say championship or bust because even with this move, I still think the Lakers have that championship pedigree and ultimately the best player on the floor. However, though, if Kyrie comes back and he has his mind on basketball, he decides to be a leader and he starts hooping and these guys start flowing and, all that, I might change my mind. But I can't say championship or bust because literally the point guard is AWOL right now. We don't know what the hell he's going to do. It's I can't say, oh, yeah, they're going to win the title. In my mind, yes, if they all hooping and they all playing, I'd love to say that. Well, not love, I don't really care, but I'd say, they be the favorites, but it's Kyrie might retire tomorrow, and just say I'm done. Then what? I don't know.
So I do think you pull a Barry Sanders. I can see that.
So if Kyrie, all right, with James Harden and we'll go back to the regular argument. If Kyrie wasn't to come back, it'll be James Harden and Kevin Durant. And as Sherm argument always says, every night they'll have the best two players on the floor in the East. You still don't think it's championship or bust because James forced his he wanted to go to the Nets. That's why I'm asking this. Like he wanted to go to the Nets. Philly was in there. Philly was a team that was throwing, and we're gonna talk about Ben Simmons soon. That's something that needs to be talked about because they threw him in that trade. But he wanted to go. He forced his way to go to Brooklyn. Like he forced his way. I think since you wanted to come here and you said you did everything for the team and you wanted to go to a team that's a contender, I believe it's pressure. It's definitely pressure, at least to get to the finals. Finals.
Yeah, it's definitely pressure. I just didn't have anybody beating the Lakers unless something crazy happened. And something crazy happened, and it's James Harden joining Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. But if it's just them two, I'm not sold on them beating the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Because like Kyrie, like those two, I feel like AD and LeBron can match their production, and then the role players can outplay the other role players. But that three, I don't know if LeBron and AD can match their big threes production. And then, like I said, they still got serviceable guys. Like I know we all like Jared Allen, we all know LeVert's a bucket, but it's like Joe Harris is a sniper. Like he's somebody like you can't help off of, like straight up. And if they go a lineup and they put that light skinned guy, let's say put him at the 4 and Joe Harris at the 3, who are you helping off of? You can't help. So I don't know, man. I still like the Lakers, so I can't say championship or bust, but they definitely got to make it out the East if Kyrie's playing. If not, I think it's free game. I still would probably take the Nets, but I can see the Bucks ruining something. Or my boys down in South Beach. We got to get it together, though. We got to get it together, but we'll see. Or Boston. Boston's going crazy too.
And Philly's still doing their thing too. But Alphonse said Ben Simmons' development has been at standstill these past 3 years. Faise, I'm gonna ask you this question, and then me and Brandon will follow suit. Ben Simmons, like, there's no secret. The Sixers offered to trade him for James Harden. It didn't go through, but how should Ben feel about this going forward?
I think he should understand that he needs to work on his game. Like, I get that he's probably like, because he's got a little bit of arrogance to him in a sense of like more so pride, where he's like, I don't need to change my game. I don't need to work on this. It's got me this far. I just need to perfect some of my other intangibles and, use my natural skill set with my size and I'll be fine. But it's like, no, big dog. I'm not saying you got to come out and be a dead-eye shooter. But you can't be a dude where we make a celebration that you've made 2 threes like your whole career. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? That can't be like a celebration. Like that's bad. And I don't even care that it's threes. Like I bet he's been in the league, like 5 years?
Yeah, 5 or 6
4 or 5 years. I guarantee you he has less than 100 jump shots made.
Jump shots?
Yeah.
Jumpers. I shoot it. Not like little floaters.
No, jumpers.
I agree.
Do you know how wild that is in 82 games a year?
I agree.
So I mean, like, and it's again no knock. Like he is, and I still don't think him and Embiid mix. I think they're trying to force something that's just not there. But I think Harden could have helped a little just because you actually can't play off of Harden. You can play off of Simmons. So if I'm Ben Simmons, I feel maybe a little bit some type of way. But let me, from thinking from a non-coaching perspective, then yes, I feel some type of way because I would need, I wanted, that means I'm not untouchable. That means Joel is held at a higher standard.
Do you disagree with that though?
If I'm building and keeping a team, then yes, Joel's more important, I think. I think it's tricky between both of them, though, because they're both very injury prone. They're both have shriveled up in big games. So I can't exactly say that one is more valuable than the other. If I had to pick from a personal preference, I'm taking Joel. And that's kind of hard for me to say because I feel like Ben would almost be a little more serviceable because he can pass the ball and stuff. And you can clearly live with a point guard that can't shoot the ball. Like you can live with that. But yeah, I mean, even though he's a hybrid four, that's what he is. He's a four man. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. I think ultimately though, I think it's a good move that they tried. But I think what we used to say to you all the time in the production meetings and even when we talk here, I just don't see a scenario with John Wall and Ben Simmons on the same team, and you think you have a chance to win a ton of games. So that's just me.
All right. Well, Brandon, I'm gonna talk about him first, and then I know you're gonna be upset about it. But Kyrie Irving is the main topic right now all over. Nobody really knows what is going on through his mind. Personally, this is not 100% facts. I like to speak on things or like to say things if I have facts behind it, but we just got to talk about it. I think that Kyrie is trying to create social reform. I think he's trying to stay consistent on what he was on, before the season started in the bubble, and I can't knock him for being consistent at that. There were rumors that he wanted all the stars to create their own league, because he felt like they have the money and the power to do that. Some may disagree about that, like leaving the NBA, but I think that's what he's trying to do. And he's showing that he's not a tool. And the reason why he's showing that is because he doesn't like being told what to do. If you want, of course, when you have a job and have rules, you need to do what you have to do. But the league is saying that you can't be around your family and stuff like that. Like you have to just be straight basketball and do that. So he doesn't like that. I know George Hill spoke on it the other day. I'm a grown ass man. He was like, you're not going to tell me that I can't see my family. Like if it's that serious, then we shouldn't play. That's what he said in a press conference after this game. And I felt like that was a good point. And, Kyrie videos did surface around that him being at his sister's birthday party and stuff like that. But if anything that we didn't learn during this time is, family, like your close people, family and friends, like you have to cherish the moments you're around them. So, I respect that. But the only downfall, the negative thing about it, I think, is not creating chemistry with the Nets. And if anybody deserve an explanation, it only needs to be the Nets. And you'll be a fool to think that Steve Nash and Kevin Durant don't know Kyrie whereabouts. Like, I don't believe the media on that when they saying he's off the grid and he said that I just didn't want to play. I think that's bullshit. I think that's totally bullshit. But I respect Kyrie, what he's doing, because he's being consistent. But the negative side of it, you're not getting that chemistry with your team. Brandon, the floor is yours.
Hey, look, man, I'm kind of like you. I don't want to speak on what I don't know. And I went 1,000 ways of thinking about this Kyrie situation. I respect him, like everything he does off the basketball court. And I don't believe the media, like you were saying earlier, on everything. But I saw Steve Nash get up there and was at one point in time clueless as to what was going on. Now, over time, did he find out? Probably. But I just don't think that's a situation you put on your coach and your teammates. With Kyrie, I remember a few weeks ago, before the season started, he wanted to focus on basketball. I feel like everything we talk about with Kyrie is not basketball related. And to me, that's the part, I ain't going to say annoying, because at the end of the day, he a grown-ass man. He going to do what he going to do, live his life how he want to live his life. But I just don't like when you constantly say that you don't want the media, dipping and thinking about all the other things. And I just feel like if it's going to be about basketball, be about basketball. Let your teammates and your coaches know, say, hey, I'm dealing with something that I feel like is important. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you better equip them when it's time for them to answer those questions, because Kyrie's gone and he's not answering these questions. His teammates and his coaches have to answer these questions. And I feel like that can be a distraction. So, I understand, his whole, planning to reform and his mindset and his whole quest. But I just think as a teammate, I've been a teammate my whole life. And as somebody who's been a part of a group, I feel like he owes his group more than anything, a little bit more clarity and just to be flat out straight up with him. That's the part that ties in with leadership. And that's why you guys have heard me on multiple occasions. I don't think he's a leader. And I think Kyrie's a smart guy, but I've always said I don't think he's wise. I don't think he goes about things the right way. But ultimately, I really do. Yeah, he ruined my fantasy, but that's fine. I'm gonna come. I ain't gonna let my emotions get the best of me because he ruined my fantasy. But I just feel like, man, as a leader, someone who takes the game seriously, and like when you see him interact with the Celtics and former Cavs, he seems like such a genuine dude with those guys, and they respect him. And it seems like they genuinely like him. I feel like you just owe your teammates a little bit more and your coaching staff, because whether you pick Steve Nash out or not, that's your coach. For everybody to reach their ultimate goal, everybody has to be on the same page, at least when it comes to basketball. But I just feel like he owes his teammates a little bit more. I think there's a better way of going about stuff. But I can't sit here and say, like, what he's doing off the court because nobody knows. It's all a guessing game. And until we find out the facts, I can't hate on it. I just wish he would go about things better. That's my biggest issue.
So do you think he deserves an explanation to all of us and the media?
No, not to all of us. I just feel like as his teammates, as his group, as his boss, none of us in this picture, none of us watching this can just not show up to work and not tell a manager or a supervisor or whoever's in charge and expect to have a job the next day, let alone a week. Now, I do think Steve Nash and Kevin Durant found out over time, but what I felt like I saw a genuine Steve Nash interview, I think it was a pregame, he genuinely didn't know where Kyrie was. And I think that's an issue. Like, at the end of the day, they have to answer those questions. They have to deal with that type of thing. They have to go out there and play a game. Kevin Durant didn't come to Brooklyn because he cared that much about New York City. Kevin Durant came to New York City, Brooklyn in particular, to play with Kyrie Irving. So I think they definitely eventually find out, but off the rip, I feel like I could tell Steve Nash didn't know anything. And I feel like that's the problem. And then now we're seeing the reports. I'm not going to buy 100% in, but they're saying the Nets are like pissed off about all this. And I feel like they would have a reason to, not because he's some pawn that or anything like that. That's just like respect. And that's just, respect to the game. There's 1,000 people that would love to be in Kyrie's shoes as far as playing basketball. And I get there's more things more important, but I feel like you owe it to your teammates. So he don't owe us anything. If his teammates and his coaches are fine, management, whatever the case may be, if they're fine with it, it is what it is.
All right.
And I hope he gets done whatever he's looking to get done. Straight up, no BS.
I thought it was gonna go a little bit left with you today. I like that, Brandon. You put your emotions to the side. I like that.
Got to, man. Especially we see it in the country, emotions getting the best of people. I said, you know what? I'm gonna come up here, man. I ain't gonna wild out, man. But I am a little ticked off about my fantasy, but it's all good. It's all right.
All right. What's up, Face? How you feel about everything with Kyrie Irving?
So I agree a lot with what Brandon said. But I think at the end of the day, unless he has a legit mental issue, I think he's being a shitty teammate. Like, that is just shitty. And there ain't no other way around it. Like, I don't care what you're trying to represent. I understand that. Everybody knows where you stand on social justice issues. I understand that. I completely get that. But from a teammate standpoint, and you're teaching some of these kids that look up to you, that if you and I want to make sure I say this because there's a fine line between it. Like Brandon said, no, you're not a pawn. And by no stretch is anybody saying you're a pawn. But what we are saying is you have a job to do every day and show up and do what you have to do. And it has nothing to do with fans, people paying, even though people paying are the reason why you get paid the way you get paid. But what I'm saying is Brandon made an excellent point saying, how many of us can call right now and say, oh, well, you know what? I ain't going to work today. I'm going to take 3-4 days off. mind my own business, and whatever happens, happens. Yes, his talent has allowed him to be able to be in that position, but to this point now you're abusing your power. And I say that to a point of there's going to be kids that think genuinely that, oh, well, I don't have to. And that's part of the reason why some kids don't play hard all the time. Oh, I don't have to play hard today. That doesn't matter. Kyrie Irving got to do it. So that means I get to do it. That's no, you're not getting any more. But so that's the biggest thing for me that I don't understand. Is that I'm disappointed more so in him because I think he's kind of using social justice as a reason to saying, you know, I'm not happy. And then it's just going to be a prolonged distraction for like 3 weeks. Because then when he comes back and he finally decides to come back, they're going to say, oh, well, Kyrie, where were you at? Oh, I don't talk to the media. You guys are just going to blah, blah, blah. You're making an unnecessary distraction. If you're truly upset, and I said this in our production meeting, and I don't have any problem saying this out loud on any platform. If you are truly upset about those injustices, then you will never play a sport again. If that's going to be your go-to. If that's going to be your go-to, then you'll never play a sport again because it happens every day. It just doesn't get caught on camera every day. So if that's what you're upset about, especially as a black man in America, which I understand, then you're not going to be able to hoop. You can't hoop. You should stop playing then and be an activist. I'm cool with that. I would 100% respect that. But you're never going to be able to say, oh, well, an unarmed black man was shot today, so I'm just not going to play. Then you're not going to be able to say, oh, well, there was a teenager beat up today by some kind of racist riot at his high school. I'm not going to play today. Are we going to do that every single time? Because if we are, then I'm with it. I'm with it. But then what do you say when you don't? You know what I'm saying? And you speak louder when you don't say anything at all. So to go bring it back to Kyrie, I'm just disappointed that he's been such a bad teammate. But like Brandon said, if his teammates and everybody knows and they're cool and there's no issue with it, then I'm cool with it. But if they don't and people got to guess whether you're going to be here or not and guess, and then there's dudes that you know that are, like Brandon said, begging to be in that position in their life, you know, and you feel like if you're going to use your platform, let's go ahead and completely use it. Like, let's go ahead and completely use it every single day. I don't cut. Every single day, let's go ahead and use it. So, and I mean, you speak out every single day. Or instead of saying, I'm not going to talk to the media, the first thing you say is, you know, hey, I want to talk about some injustices that happened today. I want to talk about this. Anytime the media asks you a question, you direct it straight to that. That's what you do. You just direct it to that. If that's what we're doing, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the type of person I am. If we're going to be consistent about something, then you need to be on it all the time, not just when you feel like it, not just when it's a wave. And this is just to take a small tangent. But there was a wave where all these kids wanted to commit to these HBCUs, you know, and as a college basketball coach, I don't like that shit either because it's not real. You're not being realistic. You hopping on a wave. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if it's this HBCU and it's Kentucky, guess where you going?
Kentucky.
You go to Kentucky. And you wasting that coach's time, and I don't respect that either. Because I've just seen a couple kids recently decommit from some of these schools. I'm like, oh, of course. Because it was cool when the graphic came out. You get your I Can't Breathe stuff on. You get 10,000 likes. So that's, to me, that's the exact same thing wave for me that Kyrie is on. And I can't say I know in depth because I'm sure he does stuff for the community and does what he can.
Definitely.
But if that's going to be your initiative to why you are not playing, then you will never be able to play again. Like, that's just the honest truth. You're never going to be able to play again because that stuff doesn't stop.
And I just want to make one more comment. It's not necessarily tied in, or it might be tied into this situation. I don't know. But I said this yesterday, so y'all don't think I'm stealing from Stephen A. Y'all heard me say this yesterday in the chat. If being a professional basketball player, and I'm not saying this is the case, I'm just saying if, because we've seen Kyrie seem like he's battled the quote unquote, you know, dealing with being a professional basketball player. If being a professional basketball player is too tough or something that you are not interested in, or it's messing with you so much to the point where you feel like it's messing with your mental health or whatever the case may be, retire. Leave it alone.
And before Brandon keep talking, everybody, if y'all need any proof and think he's lying, I'll gladly
Y'all got the screenshots.
screenshot it and show you that he said it first yesterday in the chat. This was not even last night. This probably during the day.
During the day, yeah.
And Face came right along and said, yeah, retire. So
step away. Step away.
It's not as easy sometimes as we like to think it is. Like,
sure.
oh yeah, go hoop and go make millions. Hell yeah. We understand that, especially for a guy at Kyrie's level, every single thing they do is under a microscope.
Yeah, I think the best way to even say it too is he's got his own shoe. Like, there's a different level of pressure that he has. Like, I understand that. But Brady, you make a great point. You've said it before, and we've all talked about this from a mental health aspect. If it is too much for you, and you're not, and I can only imagine the type of pressure that that has a surmount at times, because it's like every day you chopping wood, you just grinding just to keep being the best. Like, I agree, and I can see him. I said this to my coach at practice today. I was like, I can see him retiring in 3 years. He hit 30, and he kind of
said that. He said, I was just about to say that. He said,
"Oh, that's crazy." See, I didn't know he said that.
He said that a while ago. He said that like after he wanted the chip, or like when he was with Bron in Cleveland, I think.
Yeah, I can see him hitting 30 and being like, Barry Sanders. I'm in the middle of my prime. I'm good. I'm financially stable. I got some money invested in some other places. I got some businesses. I'm straight. I'm cool. I don't want to hoop no more. I'm straight. I'm just going to go to the park and kill for the next 15, 20 years till I have my son. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. And I ultimately respect that. I really do. I respect that. But it's already tough for a black man in any kind of work environment. So let alone for a work environment that's dominated by us. You have one of the best of us that act like that. You know what I mean? And no matter how it's being portrayed, I still think there's just a better way he can go about it. Like, there's a more professional way. Like, he can say, I'm going to take some time. Do what Maya Moore did. That's how you feel?
Somebody was talking about that with me the other day about Maya Moore. And she took the time away, but then she ended up marrying the guy that she got out of prison.
So the thing about that is I was a little skewed with that. And I only say that because it kind of changed why you were going so hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what changed. Yeah. So and because one dude was like, bro, so now you're trying to tell us how we can do wrongs or undo some wrongs for some rights for our people? I said, no. But if you told me that she never knew that man and all this and all that and never knew him and she did all that, that's one thing. But if you tell me she's known him since she was 16 before she went to UConn and then just decided to get him out, I was like, whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's was love the motivation or was an unjust doing the motivation? So
yeah,
but I think.
But it opens up for that though, because it does. Because it is what it is. Is what came out, like they got married, right? So it's like I didn't really want to. I didn't even want to bring that example about the Maya Moore thing. I'm glad you did though, but it's not. You can't compare those. Like, but to do that. Not saying you Face. I'm just saying like in general.
For sure.
But what I respect about the Maya Moore thing, as far as how she handled it, like if LeBron said he don't want to play, cool. I want to spend a year with my daughter. That's one thing. But the thing I respect about Maya Moore is this was before the season started, so her team was able to go into the season. That organization was able to say, okay, we're not going to have Maya Moore this year. The Brooklyn Nets, I'm pretty sure they hired Steve Nash, who they had in mind. They're getting all these pieces, the mold around these Kyrie, Kevin Durant, all these things, and we're 3 weeks into the season, and you're gone. I think that's a big, big difference.
Like it is a big. Like I said, man, I think the only thing. Well, before I get into it, I say Jalen Barnes said he should be more professional with his team, but if he retires, his voice won't be the same. Now,
I agree.
I'm about to say now. Well, we need to discuss that, Brandon, because both of y'all said that he needs to retire, and if he, like Jalen said, but if he retires, his voice won't be the same. What y'all feel about that? I'm directing this to y'all because y'all spoke on the retirement.
I think honestly, it could be, and I'm gonna say one word: the internet. That's 2 words, but the internet. Yeah. I think we live in a world today where everything on the internet is magnified. Our generation is gonna always know who Kyrie Irving is, what he was. All these pages show highlights of everybody every single day. And I'm pretty sure places like Bleacher Report, ESPN, they're gonna still show if Kyrie does something significant in the news. They're gonna say former NBA All-Star Kyrie Irving did this for us, reform, or he did this for his community. So it might take off a little bit, but I think the way how social media works today, I think first off, his decision might make it even more crazier. Like the fact that I don't think in basketball we've seen somebody require quite in their prime, I guess, besides Mike, but most of us were too young to even recall.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this will be the first time in 20, 30 years we've seen it. So I see what Jalen's saying though for sure, but I mean, man, if you feel like your life mission is to do something else than play basketball, I respect it. But let's just call it what it is and move on. Like, don't come back and then when media asks you a question, why are you asking me this question? I just want to talk about basketball. You make it more than basketball. Like that's just what it is with you. It's more than basketball with you. So you can't be upset. I just said if he's dealing with something internally that we don't know and it's getting him to the point where he just can't handle it, walk away.
He said if it wasn't the off season or if he wasn't missing games, we wouldn't be talking about it as much.
I agree. If it's the off season and you saying I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to play this season because I got something to do, absolutely, we would have been moved on. But we 3 weeks into the season, the Nets mindset is let's go win this championship. We putting all this time and effort to win a championship, but it's different. I feel like it's different. Like you said, Jalen, you could be more professional. I think it's more professional going into it and saying, hey, guys, I don't got it in me to play this season. I think I got some more stuff to do outside of basketball. But it is what it is, man. I just, I ain't going to bash him because I don't know everything that he's doing and what's going on in his brain. I know that's what a lot of people love to do. When I initially heard it, I wanted to do it. I saw plenty of people on Facebook doing it, but just being real, bro, you don't know what people go through on a day-to-day basis. My only argument is, how do you handle your business? We all are men. Maybe we got some women in here. We all are adults. We handle our business a certain way because it's the right thing to do. And I just felt like that's what Kyrie has to do. And I don't think he's doing it. And he might have done it. He might have fixed it, but I just remember seeing Steve Nash on national television saying, I don't know where he is. Is he coming back this year? Sure. All right. I don't know, man.
That's tough.
That is tough. All right, we got a new Donovan Smith. What's up, man? How you doing? Donovan Smith, get his name right. He said Kyrie tapping into his inner Lauryn Hill. I say that because I felt as if she has something else going on outside of rap and Kyrie has something else going on as well, forcing her to leave the game early.
Okay. I agree with that. Yeah, I can respect that.
And real ones know Lauryn Hill was like that. But
yeah. I can respect that. And to answer kind of Jalen's question, I don't think that his voice would be any less heard because of who he is today. Like, it's always going to be Kyrie Irving. Anytime you reach to that magnitude to where you kind of, and I hate to go back to shoes, but if you got your own signature shoe, you know what I'm saying? People know who you are worldwide. Like, if Kyrie Irving gets in a car accident to the golf, I don't hope nothing happens, but if he gets in a fender bender on the highway, the whole world is going to know. You know what I mean? So he will forever have this platform that he has. Will it be as magnified? Potentially? No. But for at least for the next 10 years or so, yes, it will be. Because everybody right now who's between the ages of probably 14 and 54, 64 understand who Kyrie Irving is, know who he is. So anytime that name is brought up in the next 50 years, there's going to be somebody that can remember who that is that's a basketball person. You know what I'm saying? I just think that, I think that he is using his platform but I just don't know if this is the right way to go about it. And I agree with Donovan, like, tapping into his inner Lauryn Hill and trying to handle issues at hand. And I've already voiced how I felt about that. But I think, too, Kyrie has got to be able to even separate that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, Jaylen Brown is a huge activist, but he goes to work every day. You know what I mean? He doesn't put his team in jeopardy. Like, because he's like, you know what? Yeah, I believe in this. I'm going to speak on it. Donovan Mitchell's kind of the same way. And I know everybody goes about it their own personal way, but I just think there's a better way for him to go about it. So that's all I got for him.
Well, we got through those two. Those the real conversation. Let's kind of change up the mood and lift up with everybody. Charlotte Hornets, LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball is balling, just like how his last name is. He got that triple dub the other day. The Hornets were on the winning streak until they lost today to the Dallas Mavericks. But LaMelo Ball is back leading for Rookie of the Year. I'm still going to stick on with James Wiseman, but if LaMelo continues to keep playing like this, it's definitely going to go in his favor. But I'm about to twist it up, though. There's a question that everybody is wondering. Is it time for LaMelo Ball to be a starter? And if so, whose spot does he take? We're gonna let you go, Face.
I mean, I don't know if he's a starter yet. And I only say this because he does everything well but score. You know what I mean? We got to have somebody to be able to score out there. And that's the only thing my negative so far on his game is that, and he's actually a lot less turnover heavy than I thought he would be.
Like saying no.
Yeah, so I don't think he starts just yet because I think Devontae has earned what he's earned. He averaged 20 points a game last year, just about. And I think Terry Rozier is playing out of his mind. You know what I mean? Like, he's playing well, so he's actually living up to that contract hype.
And Gordon Hayward is balling for y'all.
Oh, I was gonna get to my dog. My dog is, and I only say that because
you see that, Brandon? That's his dog now.
I was gonna get to my dog. But what did I say when we got him? What did I say? I said this is his opportunity. There ain't nobody else at that wing spot. I said this is it.
Boy, my
this
dog.
Is it. This is it. He's my dog for now until he. But no. Matter of fact, we were talking about it. I said I felt like he could get to the old Gordon Hayward. I said he can get his 20 a night. Isn't that what I said? I said 20 a night. That's what I said.
But it's just funny to hear you say that's my dog. Like,
for now he is, because he plays for my team too now. Now he plays for my team. Last time he was messing up my money with my bets out there, messing up the rotation. But now he's on my team. So no, but I don't think you start LaMelo just yet. I don't think he's earned that. I think he's probably the most. Excuse me. He's probably got the most potential out of those three. But I don't want to say he's the most talented. I think he's got the most potential, like raw potential. But he's also, he hasn't been scouted yet. This is the NBA. 72 games this year is 82 normally. Like, I don't care about a 5-game streak. How is he going to be playing in, what are we in? We're in January. How is he going to be playing in March? Like, if he's in March and he's averaging 13 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, and I'm like, yeah, we probably got to figure something out now. You know what I'm saying? Something's probably a decision got to be made. But I think anyway you put it, a decision is going to be made this offseason because Devontae's contract is up. So, and I pray if he does leave, he doesn't go to New York because that'll be it. So,
I don't think he'll go to New York. They already have a lot of guards there with Austin Rivers and Elfrid Payton. And even though Dennis Smith doesn't play, he's still on that team.
And Frank Ntilikina.
And Emmanuel, and quickly too from Kentucky. So I don't think they'll have
it. Yeah. Okay.
But
not yet. He doesn't start yet. Not yet.
Okay. Brandon, how you feel?
Oh, yeah, don't fix what's not broken yet. And I think he's in a good spot because, one, in comparison to his brother, I know he's better. At this age, he's better than his brother, but he's not in a place like LA or Boston. He's in Charlotte. Like, the expectations not quite as high. And then on top of that, like, he's coming off the bench and he's going against other backup guards, and it's giving him time to grow, develop, and build a confidence. And I think he's probably still going to finish the game. I haven't watched many Hornets games, so my bad if I'm wrong. But I think, man, let him just rock out as that 6-man candidate and ease him into it. And if it just gets to the point where he's clearly the best guard, go ahead and throw him in there. But I definitely want to see Devontae keep starting because it is a contract year, and hopefully he hits. He starts killing and starts, earning a market for himself. So keep him where he's at, man. It's working for him right now. They'll looks like right now they're contending for a playoff spot. It is early though. I know they're number 6, but it's early. We usually see teams fizzle out or teams start off bad. We see them kind of grind, but he in a good spot, man. Don't change something that doesn't need to be changed yet.
Yeah, it just I agree with both of you guys. I don't think LaMelo should start. Terry Rozier is like you said, Faise. He's playing the way like how he's getting paid. He's showing why he's worth that money for the Hornets. And Devontae definitely deserved and earned that starting spot. Of course, he had a couple of first bad 4 games, but after that, started getting things going, and now he's looking back comfortable and playing the way I usually supposed to play. But of course, it's the number 3 pick. It's just that a lot of people, and it's like how we talked about last time. People was always like, "What have you done for me lately?" Like, of course, LaMelo was balling. He's come off the bench, of course, and he's the number 3 pick, and it's LaMelo ball. You know what I'm saying? They're like, "Oh, sit Devontae down or sit Terry Rozier down." Like, but it's like, dang, like you just forgot, like that quick, like you just forgot, like that's crazy, like that's crazy. So, Hornets got something going on, but it will be a tough thing for them to do down the line because I don't see any, number 3 or lottery pick playing on the bench for anybody. I don't know if you guys can give me one. Then we can go from there, but I don't think so.
Lottery coming off the bench?
Yeah, lottery that's coming off a bench. Like after 2 years, I guess.
Sometimes you gotta make your own history.
That's actually I'm saying that's actually doing something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Doesn't Anthony Edwards come off the bench?
Oh, he did. He did start.
He didn't start. Anthony Edwards don't start. I don't think he does. I'll look. I don't think he does. I'm almost positive he doesn't start.
But see, how long will that last, though?
He's got to outplay D'Angelo Russell.
Well, he plays the 2, so he's going to have to outplay Malik Beasley. Who's having a good year?
Basically, Ricky Rubio started, ain't he?
No, Rubio and D'Angelo Russell.
They got D'Angelo, Malik Beasley, Josh Okogie, Juan or Hernan. I'm sorry,
Hernan Gomez. He's played for the Hornets. He sucks.
Oh God,
I can't stand him. He sucks.
Oh God, you and that we need to trademark to you that. And
Anthony Edwards is averaging 14, 3, and 2. I mean that's pretty good.
Everybody playing good.
Oh, hold on. His live game is on. I didn't know he was going to do that.
Yeah, they playing right now. But and Karl Anthony Towns is back tonight. But let's discuss what team or player surprised us the most so far. Brandon, we want to start with you.
Man, I just looked too. I got excited for no reason. Well, I ain't gonna say for no reason, but we all love talking about Christian Woods. He's balling. But let's talk about his replacement
in Detroit.
Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant.
Murder.
His career average is 9 points per game. He's averaging 25 of them things this year. Like, that's OD. Now, they suck. Blake Griffin, Acid Prime. But damn, like 25 a night and you average 9 for your whole career. Like, I knew he was going to be a good fit and he earned his money in the playoffs. But I would have called you a damn liar if you told me he was going to average 25 on any team. So I got to give him major respect. Also, Blake, Markel killing. And, our boy Sherm, man, we ain't got him. I told him his Knicks, they might be all right. Sure. But he was right, and they starting to fizzle out. But Julius Randle was out there going crazy. He's out there, triple double machine, all left hand baskets. So I got to show him love, and even though he's a dookie, RJ Barrett, yeah, whatever, he killing. But
that's how it is. Whatever.
He killing. Yeah.
You're lucky that our Carolina boy squeaked away against Syracuse the other day. Good God.
Hey man. Hey, no, that was a good win though. They played all right all game. Hey, don't disrespect, bro. Word up. Don't disrespect. Who Wake playing tonight? Fayetteville State.
Yeah. We
Nah, I
got
think Wake Forest
small college basketball.
They're playing Louis. They're playing against Louis.
Small college basketball. Methodist preseason number 1.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get it.
As they
Word
deserve.
to Smitty. Word to Smitty alone.
Smith dog.
Word
Hey,
to
they got the Drake. They're going back to back.
Chill, Blake. Relax, Blake. Relax.
Faith Wake is sorry.
Relax.
Yeah, man.
It's a building year. It's a building year. We're building.
Y'all been building since like I was born.
No. But we legit have been building since probably about 2015, since Danny took over. After his first year, we weren't very good since then. We just get some pros in there and then we just kind of throw them away. So who do I like that's been killing? I'm gonna have to eat my own words here. My dog Joker has been getting,
Here we go.
he has been getting loose. I mean, like he has been getting loose. Like I even watched a game the other night where he had like he didn't have a triple double, but it was just the way he was just playing. I was like, dang, bro. I was like, it's so easy for him, and he's so slow and so he just move whatever he kind of want to move, just take his time. But then he still plays at a fast pace too. I think losing that weight helped him a lot. I think it's just allowed him to be that little bit half a step quicker. Jeremy Grant is someone who I was gonna say for sure. Jeremy Grant for sure. And then who else was I gonna say that I thought was killing? Sabonis. I'm kind of surprised that he's been able to keep up his dominance. Like he's been like dominating. It's somebody in particular. It's gonna come. I'm mad because I was when Brandon was talking. That person came to my mind. God, I'm missing somebody. That's off the top of my head. But Jeremy Grant is definitely one of them.
Is it anybody that he said?
No, well, Jeremy Grant was one because I was looking at his. I just watched the Pistons game the other night because it was like one of the last ones on, and he was just getting busy. Like I was like, yo, he's shooting threes. He's getting on that rim out there with them. Anytime he always got on some Jordans, like some J's that I know hurting his feet. I don't care what he's stunting. I know they hurting. But he was just out there getting loose, and I was like, damn. I was like, this is what was sitting back the whole time, like over there.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Y'all know what I got to do. I got to put my flag down and stamp it.
Stamp what?
Stamp what? Go ahead. You got the floor.
I want everybody here. Hashtag free Bradley Beal.
Oh, shit.
I got out of there. Get him out. Wizards suck. Scott Brooks suck.
So what does it say about Rusty?
So, is my guy a top 10 point guard anymore? God, that hurt me, huh?
Yes, he's top 10.
Yeah.
Is he 10? Probably.
God.
Unfortunately.
Y'all know I love Russ. Y'all know Russ is my guy. Russ is my guy, but damn.
10?
I mean, is he better than Steph? Is he better than Luka? Is he better than Kyrie? Is he better than Dame? Is he better than who? Chris Paul? Yeah. Is he better than
Trae Young?
Is he better than Kemba? Kemba hasn't played, so I can't really say anything. He hasn't played.
Kemba in this right now.
Is he better than? Let me go team by team. I'm trying to.
This don't even feel natural for me. This don't even feel natural.
Kyle Lowry.
He better than Kyle Lowry.
Yo, that's crazy that y'all be violating Kyle Lowry. That's crazy.
Y'all love Drew Holiday. Is he better than Drew Holiday right now?
Crazy.
Is he better than Drew Holiday right now?
Right now, I mean, Drew role has changed with the Bucks. So Drew is on his team vibe right now.
I ain't trying to hear that. Y'all told me Drew Holiday.
Right, Jalen. I was tweaking. I finally spoke out of emotion because he breaking my heart, man.
Yeah, he's top 10. He might be, well, look, you see he low. He about 8.
Is he better than Healthy Ja?
Whoa.
What did you say?
Is he better than Healthy Ja?
We can't do that.
Not yet. Yeah, not yet.
You can't do that. Healthy
All right.
John was not like 3 years ago. We can't
No,
even.
Ja.
No,
Ja.
John Morant.
John
John
Morant.
Morant.
And shoot, John Wall been killing.
I was gonna say John Wall. I was leaning towards saying John Wall.
I mean, Russ was doing this thing too. They just wasn't winning games. Like if we just talking about performance, we judging Russell Westbrook off his performance. He's still going off.
I don't know. He played kind of bad, Ray, to start off with. He was pretty bad.
He's putting up numbers.
Putting up numbers. I mean, he's putting up numbers. It's just
I
not.
feel like the numbers translated to a little bit more wins that first when he won MVP. Now it's like he's getting 12 and 11. Like, bro, I don't need you.
He averaged 19, 9, and 11.
That's what he's averaging right now.
Yeah, 19 points. 9.7. What is he shooting from the field?
I'm sure that's bad.
From the field, he's shooting 38%.
That's not too bad.
It's not great either.
Not great. Yeah, it's not great.
And from the three, he's shooting 30%.
That's bad.
Y'all know I love Russ. I almost feel bad for asking it, but two guys that good, they should not be at the bottom of the conference. They just shouldn't be.
Okay.
Free Brad Bill, man.
I just don't know if Russ is I think he's a good teammate. I think he's a nice dude. I just don't know if he is. I don't know if he's just fun to play with. Like, I don't think dudes enjoy playing with him. I think people like him. I just don't think dudes enjoy playing with him, if that makes sense.
It makes sense, but I disagree. It makes sense though what you're saying. I just disagree. I think Washington's having a tough time right now, and Thomas Bryant just tore his ACL, so that's
I saw that. And he was actually playing well.
Yeah, he was playing well, but now that opens up the door for their pick. Jalen said that's bad for averaging 19. Yeah. I'm gonna get some. Alphonse said that Bobby
Portis is killer.
He is playing good for the Bucks. Blake said Jamal Murray. I'm gonna say the person that surprised me is Grant for sure.
Yeah,
like no doubt about it. It's crazy because the last time we talked on here, we was all on Christian Woods, like because they was promoting him more with the Rockets, but of course the Pistons doesn't get that same thing. But nah, Grant's gonna win most improved. It's done. Like right now, it's over. Unless after this trade, Woods' points go up more and he averaging like 28 or something like that, because now he's playing with John or Vic. But as of right now, it's Grant. The team that surprised me the most right now, the team that surprised me is the Sixers. The Sixers look all right. Doc is over there. They got a steal with Maxey. Danny Green. I don't know if y'all saw what he did the other day.
Yeah, I did.
He had that bad game. Somebody was talking junk to him. And then he said, I got 3 rings. You feel me? And then he came out the next game and hit 9 threes.
So, I didn't know he did that the next day. I didn't know he did that.
Yeah. 3 rings. Yeah, 3. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he came out the next day and hit 9 threes. And they won in overtime against Miami without no Jimmy Butler or Bam Adebayo. But, I ain't going to get into all of that. But he still performed.
Don't start that.
He did his thing. Blake, you said Jamal Murray. I'm gonna tell you about Jamal Murray. He hasn't had that game yet so far this year. He hasn't had that type of that game. And the only reason why I'm speaking on that is because from what we saw in the bubble, Jamal Murray was going crazy. He was snapping. That night in, night out, snapping. I'm not saying that he need to average 40, but I was definitely thinking that
he be at 20.
Yeah, he's at 20. But I was expecting him to make that leap to be around 26, 27. Because I'm just going off from what we saw. Like you feel me? Like I'm not like, and like I don't know if you saw the podcast of Knuckleheads, Jason Tatum. I don't know if he was coming at Jamal Murray, but he was saying there were some guys in the bubble saying, like, he was like, some guys playing different in the bubble. He was like, they don't, I'm not word from word, but he's like, they playing a little different in the bubble. Like, they don't normally do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't never, like, they ain't like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
think he was talking about Jamal. I thought he was talking about Tyler Hero. That's what I thought he was talking about.
Not to his face, because they was all on the
I don't know. I don't know. They lost.
It might have been a general statement, though.
Yeah, I think it was a jet. But I mean, if we're going off it, the person who was really going bananas, like, because we can't, because we're talking about the playoffs, we can't say it's T.J. Warren because T.J. Warren, they got out the first round. Like, Jamal Murray went to the Western Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? And he was stopping.
Another person who we could be talking about, and me, Ray, and Jalen can talk about this. I got mad respect for T.J. Warren. But he did give Ben Simmons a 50-piece McNugget, and was.
But T.J. Warren been a bucket though. Like he
like
been
that though. But like that.
Yeah.
We did the show last year. Well, we weren't officially the show yet, but when we did this last year or the beginning of the season, you don't remember me saying that T.J. Warren was ranked like 58th and he was averaging 22 points a game? I was like, y'all are tripping. And the Pacers were like 4th or 5th in the East. Nah, you don't do you. TJ go get that bucket now. I put that biscuit in that basket.
I had a few, late closeouts, and yeah, he did us dirty that day too, so I believe it. But bubble MVP is tough though. That's tough. And granted, it's the right situation, but I do think more than one guy, like more than just a few guys, were acting out of character, like. But he might have been subbing Jamal Murray or Tyler Hero. I don't know.
I don't think it was because they was on the same thing. They was on the same platform right there. I don't know. I don't know. Tyler Hero like that though. Tyler Hero is like that.
He is. I agree.
Like that.
I agree.
Is Tyler Hero back-to-back 34-point games like that?
What you mean? What you?
I just don't know if he's a walking 30 ball. I just don't know if that's him because that's what he was getting it put up as for a little while.
Hey man, them Kentucky boys, if they know how to do one thing, they know how to go get a damn bucket.
Jalen said, "Once a bucket, always a bucket." Hey
man, I was a believer that day.
You said you was a believer that day.
A believer that day.
CJ McCollum is going bananas this year. He is playing filthy. CJ is going crazy right now, and the Blazers, they squeaking by some games. They winning. I wish Sherm was here to talk about it with us, but he's not. We'll get to it whenever he come on the next segment. Now I know it's early, but if CJ McCollum continues to keep playing like this, can you see the Portland Trailblazers being a contender to come out the West? Well, to get to the Western Conference Finals, I'll say that Western Conference Finals.
I mean, it's wide open. It's still wide open for me. I think they can make the Western Conference Finals. I think the Clippers can. I think the Nuggets maybe, and I think the Suns. Like it's wide open to me. Like I don't have a for sure second team. I just know the Lakers gonna be there and they're winning in 6, unless something crazy happens and another team, stacks up. But I can see it, but it's at this point, man. It's I don't know. I'm gonna say probably not though, but you never know.
How you feeling, Face? CJ McCollum leading the way. Him and Dame could both be averaging 28 points per game.
So kind of the same way I've always felt. I think they've got a chance to be pretty good. I just think I think everything relies with them with the consistency of those two and Nurkic. Like he's got to play well because I think he was who was killing in the bubble too for a little bit. Like he was OD. Like we were like, yo, he might be, one of the best centers in the league, and he's been kind of relatively just there since then. And I think that's where they kind of undervalued Hassan Whiteside because Whiteside was the rim protector. They played them both at the same time, so that allowed Nurkic to kind of just do his thing, like kind of go out there and float around. So I think they got a chance to. I think they're anything close past the second round. I think if they get the right matchup, yeah. But but I can also see them losing in the first round if they play the right people. You know what I'm saying? So that's
all right. We gotta recap on it. We gotta talk about it. Brandon, you wasn't in here the last time we talked about it, but the NFL playoffs. That's what's relevant right now. The Bills defeated the Colts. The Browns upset the Steelers. That was crazy. Coach Smith just came in. He said, "MU pick number 1. Respect." Hey, Coach Smith, we
talked about it, Smitty.
We already talked about it.
You late, Coach Smith. We see you got to start having them boys out there, them late practices. We talked about that, Coach Smith.
We already gave y'all the respect, and I'm saying back to back. Go ahead and get it again.
Sir. Back to back. We need it, Coach. We need it.
Yes, sir.
The Browns upsetted the Steelers. Ravens beat the Titans, which you picked the Titans. Face said I was out partying. I mean, Coach Smith said I was out partying.
I believe it.
But and the Buccaneers defeated the Washington football team. So this weekend we have the Browns versus the Chiefs. Who you think gonna win, Face? Browns or the Chiefs?
Chiefs.
What you think, Brandon?
Come on, man. Chiefs.
Okay.
Yeah, Blake, it is time for Big Ben to go ahead and sit it down.
Yeah.
They look like some idiots too, doing all this dancing and whatnot.
That's what you call it. Oh, Corvette, dude. Whatever that.
Juju. Yeah. Juju.
Why would you do that?
Well, he was doing that all year on TikTok. It became a thing, once they played the Bengals. Everybody was all pissed off about it, but he was doing that all year.
But he was doing that on the middle of people's fields on the emblem. Okay.
He was doing it. He was doing that week 1. He was to that song. He'd been doing that from the jump because he's he be TikToking and stuff like that.
And what makes it worse is they went 11-0. I'm no football guru by no means, but the fans were going crazy. They was talking. They were Super Bowl us, ring us, all that. And for them to go out like that to the Browns, to Baker, a lot of
Baker. Big Ben been in the league for a long time. And if I'm gonna sit up here and tell you that his last playoff game could be losing to the Browns, do you know how crazy that sounds? Like that sounds crazy.
It's a bad way to go. I think it should be his last football game. I think it's he's been on the decline where he's had some good games, but he's been on the slow decline for like 5 years. So it's about that time for him.
He was hurt last year too.
And the Steelers have always done that. Like they play really well in the regular season, then it's like all of a sudden you get the playoffs and it's like, bro, was good. I will say this: I was shocked that the Seahawks lost. I was very shocked. I definitely had them going to potentially the NFC Championship game, and I was kind of surprised that they lost.
Oh yeah, Brandon, I'm glad because all year you was Russ MVP. What you got to say about that?
They let me down. They let me down. That's all. Just like the Clippers let me down. They let me down. But the first 2 weeks, though, it did look promising. But
Clippers suck. They suck.
God,
they're awful.
Well, they play the Pelicans soon. They about to play in a couple minutes before we get off. So we're gonna give our prediction on that. The Nets just beat the Knicks just now.
Oh, and the Nets that night that we picked it. I picked the Nets. Yeah, and the Nets won.
We gonna get to that.
The Nets won with no Kyrie.
With no Kyrie or Kevin Durant. No. KD didn't play. Yeah. Bills versus the Ravens. Who you got, Face?
Who is in Buffalo?
Yep, and it may be snowing.
If it's snowing, and I hate to say it like this, if it's snowing, I got the Bills. Because that puts the game in Lamar's hands a lot because, he's got a good arm. He's moderately accurate, but I think that favors the Bills tremendously.
He has zero experience playing in the snow.
Yeah. So, and yeah. I don't like Allen like that. I don't dislike him. I don't know. I feel like he's lightning in a bar. He's got some Carson Wentz to me and him. You know how I feel about Carson Wentz.
Ooh.
High risk, high reward dude. That's what he is. High risk, high reward. He's just tapping in on the reward. Like he's takes chances. Maybe not as much as Carson Wentz, not as much. But I'm not crazy on them. But they do have old buddy Stephon Diggs. So I mean, if you got him out there, you got a chance to win games. So
like that. Yeah, he's like that.
Yeah, I'm going with the. If it's snowing, like especially like heavy snow, then I'm going with the Bills. If not, is Baltimore's defense going to be the same? Because if it is, but Tennessee doesn't have a receiver like. I mean, it's easy to have.
They did. Tennessee has 2 receivers, Corey Davis and Aaron Brown.
Yeah, but not like Diggs. You got to fight like Diggs out there. And it's easier when you have to plan for a running back. It's easier. I mean, it's just what it is. It's easier. I'm still going to go. I'm going to go with the Bills regardless. Both ways.
Brandon?
It's time to shut the haters up. Let's go. Let's go, Lamar.
All right. Green Bay versus the Rams. Who you got, Face?
Discount double check, baby. Discount double check. Discount double check. I always rock with the Packers, man. But I wouldn't be surprised if they lost. I wouldn't be surprised. Because I think they've kind of crept their. What are they? 12-4. I think they kind of crept their way to that too. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I think 2 or 3.
So yeah, but I think the Packers. I think they'll win.
I agree.
Pete Carroll can get a team hot at the right time, though. I mean,
you said Pete Carroll, the coach for the Seahawks.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So the Seahawks usually when they make some noise, that's when they kind of get it rolling. But I still like the. It's the Rams. I'm tripping.
Yeah, it's the Rams.
It's the Rams. No, I'm going with the. I'm going with the Packers.
You got the Packers too, Brandon.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers might be the real MVP. So
he is the MVP. Yes.
Yeah. Whatever.
And then last but not least, we this is the first time it has ever happened. Drew Brees versus Tom Brady. The Saints have defeated the Buccaneers 2 times this year, and now they meet up for the 3rd time. Who will win this game, Buccaneers or Saints? Face. Very tough.
It is.
Tom Brady said that he was this is his first time being with Tampa Bay. Drew Brees potentially could be retiring. This is tough. This is tough. I'm since you're thinking a lot, I'm going to take the Buccaneers. I don't see you beating Tom 3 times.
That's where I just don't want to bet against Tom Brady.
I just
I don't think that's the right thing to do.
3 times.
Not the wisest thing to do.
No. And that's kind of what I'm leaning towards because, like, he gonna get out there and he is going. I mean, playoff Tom Brady is elite. Like,
unless he's going up against Eli, but you know.
Oh gosh, which you're correct. You're correct. If they ain't on the no-fly list, then chill. Watch out, yo.
If they have no-fly list, then we'll see them boys play.
Hey, they said I'm not gonna say that on this show. I'm not gonna say that. They said no. I'm gonna say it. They said that game was the Republican Bowl, bro. I don't see a lot of people say that, but you know, to each his own, man. Tom Brady likes Migos, so he good with me.
So you got Tom?
Yeah, I'm going with Tom.
Who you got, Brandon?
I'm with you, man. It's tough to beat Tom Brady 3 times in a row, same season. Nah, I'm going with the Bucks, man. My boy should be in there playing, but
who's your boys?
I mean, realistically, no. I'm just saying. I'm just a sad fan.
You let the viewers know who your boys are.
I root for the home state, man. You know, the Panthers, man. You know, I root for them. We got some time to go, man. We, as Faise will say, we suck. But
you guys are bad.
Yeah, we suck. But
and that's okay.
That's okay. All right, I got the Chiefs, the Ravens. I think Lamar. It's time to shut the haters up. I'm glad you said it that way. The Bills have a hard time guarding the run. Lamar's going to run all over them. J.K. Dobbins. And of course, Dig and Allen gonna do their thing, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Josh Allen throw. He's gonna throw a pick this weekend. I'll bet on that. He'll throw a pick. 2, I don't know, but we'll see what happens with there. Now, the cap it off. Our records for the year. Sherman's not here to give his prediction, so we're gonna keep it going on. Face, last week you picked the Nets and the Nuggets. And Brandon, you picked the Sixers and the Nuggets. Brandon, you was undefeated on the year, but you took 2 L's last week. So now you're 2-2. I took Brooklyn and the Nuggets, and I'm 2-3. And Face, you're 3-2. So for tonight's game that's about to start in about 10 minutes, Clippers or the Pelicans? I think the Pelicans are going to upset. I'm taking the upset.
Where's the game?
The game is it's in LA.
Clippers.
I think Zion's not playing. I think the Pelicans.
Clippers.
Where's that? Where's the game at? Well,
LA.
It's in LA.
It doesn't matter. I just think they wouldn't have an answer for Zion. I'd pick the Pelicans if Zion played because they wouldn't have an answer for him. But man, I don't know. I'm going with the Clippers though.
Okay, and tomorrow's game, TNT, Rockets versus the Spurs.
Do people get to play tomorrow?
Don't know the full details on that yet because the trade happened today, so I don't know how.
I doubt it. Well, not necessarily. I mean, they fly dudes in, get them in, charter that flight, and get them in, tell them to get there and get ready. I'm gonna say you said against the Spurs.
Against the Spurs.
And Derek White is out, right? Broke his toe or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then you still got everybody else. Doesn't matter where it's at. I'm gonna go Spurs. Yeah, I'm gonna go Spurs.
Spurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on that. I'm gonna say the Spurs. Even if Karis LeVert and them play, I'm staying with the Spurs. Then the night game, we got the Warriors versus the Nuggets.
I think the Nuggets need to win more. I just don't know who's playing, who's not. I think the Nuggets need that win though, because they're on the outside looking in. So I bet they messed me over last week, but I'm gonna go with them this week.
I'm gonna go Nuggets as well. I'm gonna trust the Nuggets. And Steph, I think Steph's gonna have a monster game though because he played really bad the other day. So I think he's gonna have a monster game. He missed 16 shots in a row or something like that, 14 shots in a row.
And he didn't end the game off well too.
Yeah.
I guess I'm different with you guys. I'm going with the Warriors. I think Steph have a breakout game. I think we'll possibly see him go for maybe 30 to 35 points. If he get more, then what the hell? We'll take it.
Yeah.
But I got the Warriors. So that's it for today. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tune in. As always, share. Let everybody know what's going on. If you have any questions that you want us to be answered on anytime we go live, make sure you DM me. We'll get the job going on. Most of the time that we be talking about these topics, it be coming from people who be, throwing in questions. So anything you guys got to say before I let it off?
Free Brad Bill, man.
Chill. Word to Tim Duncan.
Huh?
Word to Tim Duncan.
Hey, 35. Oh my God. 35 a night, man. Come on, man. Free that man.
And I know we said we're gonna stop talking about him, but you need to look out for LeBron James possibly being MVP at this age right now. He's going.
He's up there. Him or Embiid are at the top.
Do not put your head back and you.
Embiid.
No, Embiid is going crazy.
He is. He's not gonna be playing like that in a month. He's not.
You keep saying that about people and they do it.
No. Embiid is not going to be playing like that in a month. I'm telling you.
You just said that Joker wouldn't average a triple-double, and now you respect Joker.
No, I do. But I have never liked Embiid. Never have. It's too inconsistent, man. So we'll see how he does. But word to Tim Duncan, bro.
Oh, God. And watch out for LeBron playing like he's going to be MVP.
Yeah, he's killing. If the MVP we got given out today, though, I don't think LeBron would get it. I think they give it to
Embiid. No, it'll be Embiid. He's number one.
You don't think he'd be Steph?
He's number one.
That bad game.
I don't know what you looking at. Embiid going crazy.
Let me look at his full stat.
Like 28 something.
Hey, I'm gonna just tell you this, Face. Yesterday, he did a between the legs pull up, made it, sent it to overtime.
God, he's so young too, man. He just this year he's averaging 20. Okay, well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
10 games, 27-12 on 54% from the field. That's tough. 54% from the field, 39 from three. Yeah, that is tough. 86 from the free throw line.
Copy.
Yeah.
It's going crazy. But that's all for tonight, man. Appreciate everybody. What it is and what it ain't. If you don't like what we got to say, join the